wild boar population is surging at an alarming rate of reproduction. Each year, their uncontrolled breeding poses a severe threat to the agricultural economy and human habitats. In response, hunting has become an urgent measure to control their numbers and protect the lives of local residents. And today's hunt is part of that grueling battle, a clash between humans and the increasingly uncontrollable wild beasts. Moving to the planned hunting location, as soon as he steps out of the vehicle, Nick carefully assesses the situation along the trail. The confrontation officially begins when a wild boar charges forward, unaware of Nick's presence. Just as Nick predicted, the beast appears on the pre-calculated route. He assumes a ready stance and waits. With a single shot, the creature collapses on the spot. A perfect ambush is unfolding at another location. A decisive gunshot rings out the moment the wild boar emerges. It collapses swiftly, unaware of what just happened. A soft sigh of relief escapes, marking another well-earned triumph. Continuing to move around the area, 10 minutes later, Nick followed the familiar warning sound and approached. Each step, along with his pounding heartbeat, created extreme tension. The beast quickly appeared before the gun barrel. Perfect! Right after, the gunshot rang out. The beast collapsed, unable to resist. At the same time, deep in the forest, a breathless confrontation was unfolding. The moment the hound's frantic barking erupted, Leon immediately rushed forward. There it was, a massive beast, tightly surrounded by the hunting dogs. Oh my god! Without warning, it lunged straight at Leon. He pulled the trigger without hesitation, dropping the beast at his feet before it could strike. With years of hunting experience and nerves of steel, Leon escaped death's sight by a hair's breadth. Without pause, Leon continued expanding his search range. He pushed through dense thickets of foliage, advancing toward the signaled location. The moment his prey came into view, rapid gunfire erupted, stopping the beast in its tracks. Another trophy fell beneath Leon's barrel, proof of the professional hunter's skill. Moments later, another hunter was hot on his target's trail. Taking up a strategic firing position, he pulled the trigger the instant his prey came into view. A swift, precise shot, eliminating the threat lurking deep in the wilderness. Today's hunt draws to a close here. The trails and thickets bore witness to every heart-stopping trigger pull. Crops wiped out. Hunters must act decisively against the monstrous horde. In France, wild boars are causing severe economic losses, inflicting millions of dollars in damage and raising concerns about disease outbreaks. Faced with this situation, hunters must swiftly step in to halt their destruction. Will today's battle stop these monstrous beasts in time? Thrilling hunts and precise trigger pulls will be vividly showcased right now. Follow along and pick the hunt that impresses you the most. Early in the morning, Thomas's team gathers and heads out in an off-road vehicle to a field in France. Upon arrival, the team swiftly disperses to their pre-assigned positions. After 10 minutes, a hunter carefully scans the area when a familiar silhouette darts across his line of sight. Without hesitation, he pulls the trigger and gunshots ring out in rapid succession. The last beast collapses onto the green grass with no chance of escape. The opening move is decisive and swift, marking the team's first victory. Continuing to search for traces of wild boars, a hunter spots one frantically fleeing from a distance. He immediately rushes to cut it off, leaving it no escape route. At the moment the prey is just a few meters away, a bullet flies out, striking the beast with pinpoint accuracy. It collapses to the ground instantly. A single moment's delay could have led to unpredictable consequences. A high-speed battle is unfolding on a nearby field. At this moment, Thomas takes aim while his teammates maneuver closer to the beast's position. A barrage of gunfire erupts across the field, taking down each boar one by one. In just a few minutes, the monstrous horde is wiped out, leaving only their scattered carcasses across the field. A swift sweep restores peace to this land. Deep in the forest, another hunting team has set up an ambush, determined to let no boar escape. Just minutes later, a wild boar foraging for food falls into James' crosshairs. Not giving it a chance to react, a bullet is fired instantly, and the boar collapses on the spot. Another threat to this forest is put to an end. At another position, a hunter lies in wait, ready for the prey to appear. Suddenly, rustling sounds nearby, and his eyes instantly scan the area. A wild boar bursts out of the bushes, fast as an arrow. Without hesitation, the first shot rings out, but misses. The beast quickly darts deeper into the brush ahead, thinking it has escaped. But this time, the hunter takes precise aim and pulls the trigger. The animal collapses instantly, unable to resist. Another threat is neutralized right where it thought it was safe. Outside the forest, the relentless barking of hunting dogs signals the location of a wild boar. James swiftly rushes forward, and right in his line of sight, a boar lies still, ignoring the dog's barks nearby. At that very moment, he fires, the bullet instantly striking the beast's body. A precise, decisive shot, eliminating any potential threat in the blink of an eye.
I never thought I'd see the day I'd have to pick up a gun and hunt wild boars. Until now, that had always been the job of professional hunters. As for me, I just wanted a peaceful life, plant some corn, raise a few goats. But then the boars came and tore through the fields right before harvest. Every night, we'd hear them digging, ramming fences, wrecking everything. I couldn't take it anymore. None of us could just stand by. Here in San Marcos, everyone now sees wild boars as public enemy number one. So we decided to organize a hunt to settle the score. After a night of tearing through the fields, the boars usually retreat into the forest to rest. So we head into the woods early, gun gripped tightly in one hand, the other pushing branches aside, and try to stay close to the sound of the barking dogs. Honestly, this whole thing is still pretty new to me, so every step is cautious. I can't afford to be careless. Suddenly, one of the dogs flushes a boar out of the bushes. No time to think, I raise the gun and pull the trigger. The first shot was rushed, the boar turned and ran. With the hunting dog right on its heels, it quickly tired out. That was all I needed. I fired again and claimed my first trophy. A few hundred meters later, I ran into Ashley, my teammate, at a gentle slope. Ashley pointed to the right. I looked over and was shocked to see a massive wild boar lying nearby. Before I could react, the boar suddenly leapt up and charged straight at Ashley. I only had time to shout, "Watch out," before firing repeatedly. Everything happened in a split second, but luckily, the gunshots scared it off. Ashley and I watched the direction the boar fled, our hearts pounding like they'd burst out of our chests. That was way too close. That thing must have weighed at least 120 kilograms. A single charge could have seriously injured, even killed a grown man. Still shaken from that encounter, Ashley and I soon came across another boar, just as big. We had to be more careful this time. We split up and took positions on either side, guns aimed forward. The moment the boar dashed between us, the air exploded with sharp, rapid gunfire. It should have been the perfect moment to take down another destroyer, but it all happened too fast. The boar, running it up to 40 kilometers h, managed to dart down the slope and disappear. Even so, Ashley and I didn't give up. We kept sweeping the area. Soon, we heard barking from the northwest. No words were needed. We both knew what that meant. After being charged by one boar and missing another, Ashley was fired up with rage. He rushed forward and with a single, clean shot, brought down the beast hiding in the dense brush. By mid-afternoon, the hunting dogs were still going strong. I have to say, I was incredibly proud of these buddies. Not only were they great at sniffing out wild boars, they also wore them out chasing them down. My job now was to finish the job. Bang! Another pest fell. A smooth, satisfying win. I don't know if it was luck or not, but even though we only ran in a solitary burst today, each one was huge, fat, and round. Just look at this one. It's got to be at least 100 kilograms. Looks like it had been chased so hard by the dogs, it had no strength left, not even enough to be wary of our guns. This one was easy. I aimed right behind his head and pulled the trigger without hesitation. It dropped on the spot. At another plot of land, Ashley and I continued to spot wild boars. This time, we silently split up and took our ambush positions. I gripped my gun tightly, eyes locked on the bushes ahead. I couldn't wait any longer. I fired a shot to lure the prey out. It took the bait, and there could only be one outcome, taking a bullet and collapsing beside bushes.
Hunting wild boars to protect livestock, the never-ending battle. The ferocious beasts, armed with razor-sharp tusks, are ravaging crops, destroying farmland, and causing millions of dollars in losses for farmers. They fearlessly invade fields, lurk in dense forests, and spread terror across the region. Intense battles are unfolding to reclaim the land and protect the lives of the people. Can the hunters take down these savage creatures? Stay tuned for the thrilling moments just ahead. John's team, a group of fearless marksmen, kicked off today's hunt to restore peace to the fields. At 6 a.m., they piled into their familiar truck, heading straight for the post-harvest fields. Upon arrival, the team swiftly moved to their pre-assigned positions. Ten quiet minutes passed when a dark shadow emerged, leisurely foraging as if it owned the territory. But nothing escaped Jay's binoculars. He adjusted his stance, chose the perfect angle, and pulled the trigger. A rapid burst of gunfire echoed, and the beast collapsed before it could flee. Before they could track further, a signal erupted from the towering reeds, betraying the presence of the beast. John and his team rushed forward. Moments later, the hound's frantic barking echoed from the reeds right in front of John. He focused intently, and then the target came into his sights. A sharp gunshot rang out, dropping the beast with a single precise shot. A swift, clean, and accurate finish. At the same moment, on the eastern edge of the field, a wild boar leisurely crossed the blockade point of one of the team's marksmen, completely unaware of the ambush. As the beast drew closer, he seized the moment, took aim, and pulled the trigger. The bullet struck true, piercing its body, and the boar collapsed instantly. Another threat was eliminated, restoring peace to the field. An exhilarating ambush is underway in the dense jungle, where another team had set up their position early. Nestled in the lush undergrowth, Kevin was assigned the crucial role of blocking, observing the silhouette of their prey. 5 minutes later, gunfire erupted continuously from his teammates' direction. A wild boar shot past, weaving through the volley of bullets, desperately trying to escape. Kevin swiftly locked onto the target, tracking the boar's movements. Rapid gunshots echoed, and the animal collapsed under the hand of the professional hunter. Just a moment's hesitation, and it could have vanished into the thicket. In another corner of the forest, a marksman had sighted his target. Just as the beast was lumbering through a clearing between the bushes, he seized the opportunity and immediately opened fire. A single shot brought the animal down in an instant. From other positions, gunfire erupted simultaneously, with each corner of the forest marking another victory for the team. The hunt had protected the villagers from their lingering nightmare, promptly preventing further devastation by the monstrous creature.
Fields torn apart, crops ravaged overnight, livestock pens left in ruins, and it all traces back to one culprit: wild boars. Not only are they appearing more frequently, but they're also becoming bolder and more aggressive. Agricultural damage has reached a critical level, and before the next planting season begins, the most experienced hunters have stepped in. In today's video, we'll take you deep into heart-pounding chases and daring ambushes, moments that are sure to leave you stunned. The first hunt comes from Ryan, a seasoned hunter living in the Anatolian mountains of Turkey. During one of his outings, an unexpected encounter took a dangerous turn. While tracking a trail, a large boar suddenly charged out from the bushes, heading straight for Ryan in a full-blown attack. The danger unfolded in a split second, but with nerves of steel, Ryan spun around, took aim, and brought the beast down just before it could reach him. Regaining his focus, he spotted another boar nearby, startled by the gunshot and trying to flee. But Ryan was quicker. He tracked it, took the shot, and brought down his second target shortly. We now move on to Ken, a hunting enthusiast living in the mountains of Denizli. After several days of watching the area, he discovered a herd of wild boars moving through the forest, the very culprits that had devastated local cornfields at the base of the mountain. However, things weren't so simple. The boars were clever and quick on their feet. They kept fleeing and changing direction, making it harder than ever to get a clear shot. Then there it was. As the herd entered his line of sight, he opened fire. Boar after boar went down, while the others scattered in fear, but none managed to escape his dead accurate aim. This is Mark, a professional hunter who captured an unforgettable moment when he spotted a group of wild boars tearing through backyards. Wasting no time, he grabbed his hunting rifle and took action. The sloped terrain made it difficult to approach, but Mark used the hilltops as natural ambush points. With a clear line of sight, he was able to close in and take down each boar with expert precision. While other hunters were still navigating rugged mountains, Logan was having a truly unique experience in the snow-covered peaks of northern Turkey. With deep sub-zero temperatures and heavy snowfall, every movement was slow and deliberate, but in return, wild boar tracks stood out clearly against the white landscape. Logan advanced steadily, each step firm and quiet. When he spotted the herd foraging along the slope, he waited patiently for them to separate. Then, without hesitation, he pulled the trigger. The sudden strike caught the boars completely off guard. As the first one dropped, a rapid succession of clean, calculated shots followed, efficient and cold, just like the frozen scene around him. And to wrap up today's journey, we have Neil's story. He also had a remarkable hunt during the harsh winter season. While crossing a quiet, snow-covered slope, he unexpectedly spotted a lone wild boar struggling to move through the deep snow in search of shelter. With the target in his sights, Neil calmly got into position, observed carefully, and with a single precise shot, the animal went down, putting an end to the destruction it had caused in the area.